Live from KSAT12, the news at noon starts right now.
It's happened again in just a matter of days. Another deadly fire overnight taking a woman's life this time.
Smoke detectors, or lack thereof, again at the center of this discussion. Katrina Weber explains today that firefighters, what they discovered and what they plan to do about it.
It may seem like a sad case of deja vu for the San Antonio Fire Department. Another call for a middle-of-the-night fire has ended with death. Firefighters say they found an 82-year-old woman dead inside her burning home in the 200 block of Ross Avenue. They believe she collapsed mid-escape in her bedroom. Neighbors told me barking dogs alerted them to the fire before 2 this morning. Then they called 911. One neighbor told me when he first noticed the fire, it was only on the back right side of the house. But he says within minutes, he noticed those flames were spreading quickly across the roof. After putting out the fire, firefighters determined this home had no smoke detectors. That's what crews also said after a fire early Saturday morning that ultimately killed 5 people on the north side of town. However, in a news conference Monday, the fire chief corrected that, saying that 2-story home actually did have 1 working smoke detector. Still, he says that is not enough.
Homes should have 1 alarm in each bedroom and located on outside bedrooms, in hallways as well.
Both fires do seem to have raised awareness about safety, with people contacting the fire department for smoke detectors. After this morning's fire, one neighbor told me he will be reworking his whole plan to keep his family safe. Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
And just in the last couple hours, the San Antonio Fire Department putting out a call for donations. They are looking for smoke alarms.
They say it's due to all these recent deadly fires. They are receiving a lot of requests for smoke alarm installs. And now the department accepting donated smoke alarms. However, they need to be new and in the original packaging.
Donations should be made during standard business hours at all SAFD fire stations, except for Station 23 at the airport.
We have new details about an overnight crash in Bexar County. The sheriff's office updating and upgrading the case to a fatality.
Deputies say the crash happened in the 700 block of South Loop 1604 just after 10 last night. Deputies there saying they were working a crash when another vehicle drove by, hit a driver, causing that person's vehicle to catch on fire. The victim trapped in that vehicle. It's not clear if anyone will be facing charges here. All right, taking a live look out at the Alamo City. It is really astonishing how we managed to hit 92 degrees right on the dot every time we go to weather, Justin.
Mother Nature, she's very consistent.
We do not plan this.
No, she's very consistent this time of year, and I can almost guarantee you that tomorrow at this time we'll be at 92. Hey, you saw outside there a little bit of haze in the atmosphere. That Saharan dust that has arrived. It's going to be hazy for a couple of days. We've been talking about it. It's here, and then it'll go away by the weekend. We've also got a couple of showers down closer to the coast, around Victoria, Port Lavaca. These have not made really any movement inland, so it's really just our southeastern counties again that may see a shower or two. Not expecting much here in San Antonio. Same old story, right? Air quality is okay despite that dust coming in. We're in the moderate category. That's about where we usually are this time of year. We have not moved up to the unhealthy for those who are sensitive categories. So really, it's pretty good. The air quality is okay despite some of that dust coming in. Still, there could be those who are perhaps allergic or having some allergy issues with that moving in. As far as temperatures go, 100 today. The feels like number will be 101. It's not a huge heat index. Thankfully, dew points drop off a little bit later today. The humidity levels come down. We've got some activity in the tropics we've got to talk about. Plus, what about the long-term forecast? Are things looking better? I think they might be. We'll look at it coming up in just a couple minutes, guys.
Thank you, Justin. New at noon, a West Side murder mystery remains unsolved, but police are hoping that you can help out. So back on July 27th, 2017, 31-year-old Christopher Lozano shot outside of a home in the 3500 block of El Paso Street. Police say a gray 4-door Nissan approached Lozano. Someone inside the vehicle fired several shots. He was taken to the hospital. That's where he later died. If you can help officers with the case, you're asked to call Crime Stoppers. That number on your screen, 210-224-STOP.
The city of Uvalde losing its mayor to a state house race, so now it's approved a special election for a new mayor. That special election to fill the mayor's seat will take place now on November 7th. The city council approving the resolution calling for the election during a meeting yesterday. The Uvalde Leader News reporting that the current mayor, Don McLaughlin, announced his candidacy earlier this month, running for District 80. That seat will become vacant as State Representative Tracy King plans to retire and not seek re-election.
One 80-year-old man who was last seen last month in San Antonio still not been found. Police say Victor Flores last seen June 28th in the 200 block of North Alamo Street near East Travis. He is 5'6", weighs about 140 pounds, hazel eyes, gray hair, a scar on his forehead. Police added that he has a diagnosed medical condition. If you can help officers find this man, you're asked to call SAPD's Missing Persons Unit. That number, 210-207-7660.
We have an update on a deadly crash we told you about yesterday. Police are now saying that a motorcyclist was speeding on Loop 410 on the south side when a waste management truck entered the highway. The motorcycle tried to pass that truck. The person ended up crashing. The motorcyclist pronounced dead at the scene. The driver of the solid waste truck stayed at the scene and cooperated with the investigation, so no charges are expected.
Cibolo police searching for two people in connection to a robbery that turned deadly. The suspects, a man and a woman. Now, this all happened back on June 15th. 61-year-old James Dottie got money from a bank in Shirts. He went to his car to drive away. Police say the woman on your screen followed him to the vehicle. That's when Dottie stopped. Officers tell us the man on your screen hit Dottie from behind, stole the money. Dottie later falling into a coma at the hospital. He passed away July 13th. If you have any information that can help find these suspects, you're asked to call Guadalupe County Crime Stoppers. That number on your screen, 877-403-TIPS.
San Antonio police investigating a shooting that happened outside of an apartment on the north side just before 1 a.m. on Sahara Drive near San Pedro Avenue. Police say a group of men were hanging out in a parking lot. They were approached by another group who offered apparently to sell them some drugs. The group being offered, though, refused. And that's when police say someone started shooting a gun. A couple of men were grazed by bullets. No injuries reported, but police are still investigating. The plea deal for the president's son that helps to avoid prison time now appears to be off. A hearing today raising questions about Hunter Biden's legal team's actions to try to get personal financial information scrubbed from the case and about future prosecutions. Right now, Hunter Biden is charged with failing to pay taxes on millions of dollars, but also illegally purchasing a gun. Today, the federal judge in the case cited concerns about the deal and the scope of the agreement. According to CNN, Hunter Biden will still plead guilty to tax misdemeanors for 2017 and 2018. The new agreement will also allegedly cover his tax-related conduct for 3 years prior to that, though. However, the two sides have also now agreed today that this new deal will not give Hunter Biden full immunity, and he is not shielded from future potential charges.
All right. Cowboys. Trayvon Diggs getting paid. Zach Martin nowhere to be seen. We have the latest from Cowboys camp.
Local teachers getting some hands-on training this summer. What they're learning that will impact hundreds of kids in the community.
Welcome back. Veterans looking for a new job have a big chance tomorrow. DAV and Recruit Military hosting the San Antonio Veterans Job Fair happening at the San Antonio Shrine Auditorium. Happens at 11 a.m. tomorrow morning, ends at 3 p.m. Registration free. It's available online to all transitioning military, veterans, military spouses, and of course, dependents.
Kids aren't the only ones at camp this summer. Local teachers are camping out too, particularly at a program that is focused on STEM lessons found at the Scobie Teachers Academy.
Tiffany Huertas explains how these hands-on training with telescopes and other equipment is going to have an out-of-this-world impact.
Throughout the week, our teachers have been studying the eclipse and preparing activities to bring back to their schools and students.
It's a summer of science and discovery for local teachers at the Scobie Education Center located at San Antonio College.
And I love space. I love everything about the universe.
Northside ISD teacher Dior Edison is one of about 20 educators participating in this year's Scobie Teachers Academy.
This experience so far has been just amazing. It's been a dream come true.
The goal of the Academy is to provide resources and experiences that inspire teachers to make STEM education even more engaging for their students.
We're preparing our students for jobs that haven't even been created yet.
Today, teachers will be learning how to use different telescopes, from this sun spotter to a regular telescope with a solar filter. Center Director Rick Varner says this academy will impact not only teachers, but thousands of local students.
Most of the teachers that are here are STEM specialists, which means they work with their entire school. So for every teacher that we're talking to, we're expecting to have an impact on 200 or 300 children. And you multiply that out by 20, 22 people, and then disperse them all out across the city and the county. And we really feel like this one 4-day activity will impact thousands of children in the long run.
Tiffany Huertas, KSAT12 News.
Take a look outside with live cam. Oh my goodness, we're up to 93 degrees, but you know, we got a little gift yesterday.
What was the
Very
gift?
small gift.
What was the gift?
The temperature was not as hot as we thought it would be. We shaved it by a degree.
You're right about that. I was texting Adam and I was like, do you think we're going to hit 100 today? I don't know. It was a close call. We hit 100 very briefly yesterday for just a few minutes. So technically we did get up to 100, but that was a degree lower than what we were thinking. So there is that. The aquifer is down today, 0.3 of a foot to 628.5. And your pollen count molds are low today at 130. We'll talk about some of the Saharan dust coming through the tropics as well. That's all coming up.
Welcome back. Happy Wednesday. So you were raving about the little reprieve we got from the extreme heat. Did you notice it when you're out and about?
I did.
Okay. You did?
I actually did.
Okay.
I don't know if it was psychological, but just knowing that we didn't hit 100 when I walked out the door at 5:30, and then we did.
It's so weird that that's our threshold, right? Like what 99 feels
The
okay.
extra digit.
It's all up here.
It is. Today's going to be another close call. I think we'll be right there, 99, 100. We're forecasting 100. We'll see if we get there. I want to take you out to the Atlantic and talk tropics because we do have a new system. I don't even say system. Area of showers and storms that we're watching. Hurricane Center's watching it. You'll notice most of the Atlantic is pretty quiet. We've got some active weather over the Bahamas. Another little wave that moved into the Caribbean, but it really does not look good at all. It's getting sheared apart. There's another one out here, though, that the Hurricane Center is watching, and it's way out here. Just came off the coast of Africa. There's a 30% chance of development with this down the line. Obviously, today, it's not looking all that great. But as it gets into a more conducive situation for development, there could be some. And this would be, again, later this week and maybe going into the weekend. We'll see where we end up here. It has been quiet last a couple of weeks out in the Atlantic. There hasn't been a whole lot there. So we'll see, again, how the rest of the season plays out as well. There is a lot of warm water for these systems to work with, which if we could get one to spin up and strengthen, it would have a lot of energy, I think, because these numbers have been so very high, the water temperatures. You've probably heard by now that last couple of days we had water temperatures near the Everglades in Florida that topped 100 degrees. Warmest water temperature we've ever recorded on Earth. Now, we haven't been keeping records forever, obviously, but an interesting note nonetheless. And you look at the numbers right now, water temperatures are near 90 on the west coast of Florida, and look at Texas. Right now, water temperatures are in the low 90s. Places like Rockport, water temperature 92. These are some pretty big numbers. And across the entire Atlantic, the water temperatures are elevated. So as I said, if a system does get organized, there will be plenty of energy to work with, and it could strengthen very quickly, which is why we need to watch it as we get into the heart of hurricane season going into August and September. 92 right now. Dew point is at 70. This number is dropping. We've got southerly winds at 9. Feels like 98 outside. So regardless of if we hit 100 or not, the heat index certainly will make it feel like it's 100. And I mentioned the air quality. We're going to put it in the moderate category. That's pretty average for us around here. The dust is there. There's a little bit of haze in the atmosphere, but it's not really affecting air quality all that much. We do have some showers and storms closer to the coast. They haven't moved much. and I suspect we'll see a couple more, maybe Gonzales down to Cuero later today. But for the most part, San Antonio's cloud-free right now, and that's allowing those temperatures to jump up. 95 Pleasanton, 92 here, 94 in New Braunfels, 94 in Del Rio, 97 down in Cotulla, and low to mid-90s in most spots here in Bexar County. By 4 o'clock, we're up around 100. That's where we top out, and then it'll be slow to cool down this evening, down to 86 by 11 o'clock, 84 at midnight with mostly clear skies. The dew point trend today, we'll see the dew points drop off quite a bit. They started off in the 70s this morning. We'll see them drop into the low 60s this afternoon. So with the lower humidity, the heat index starts to come down a little bit too. It still, though, is a CPS Energy yellow day, meaning we've got to conserve between 3 and 8 p.m. We talk about this nearly every day, but the situation just has not changed. The grid is still there. The grid is still being taxed, I should say, by these hot temperatures. So the current wildfires, we mentioned this yesterday too. There's wildfire north and east of Rock Springs, the Big Iron Fire. It's looking like it's getting under control here. 150 acres, 50% contained, but it looks like they're getting a handle on it. So good news in that regard. And very quickly, as we look long term, little area of low pressure slides across South Texas over the weekend. Could bring some showers down there. I don't think it brings much for us. But here's the good news. High pressure should start to shift east by the middle part and the latter part of next week. And I think that may open the door for some rain chances and cooler temperatures. We'll see. That's just outside of our 7-day forecast. We'll keep you posted there. Otherwise, it's pretty much the same thing each and every day going into Tuesday of next week, guys.
Your job is so easy right now, Justin.
For now.
Thank you, Justin. All right, so while we're here in the air conditioning, Texans reporting to camp out in the heat. We're breaking down some of the fashion from their star O linemen. Plus, how about them Cowboys? Breaking down big paydays, camp holdouts, and the full schedule. That's next. Football is just around the corner. Speaking of which, you're looking at the grounds crew finish up their work on the field at Oxnard, getting ready for the first Cowboys practice. Cowboys kicking off their 2023 training camp on Tuesday. First press conference known as the State of the Cowboys address. So we heard from owner Jerry Jones, Stephen Jones, and of course, head coach Mike McCarthy. One person noticeably absent, Zach Martin. Offensive lineman Zach Martin, a no-show, obviously wants more money, a perennial Pro Bowler, one of the best, if not the best, linemen that the Cowboys have, heading into the 9th season, by some calculations, the 9th highest paid lineman in the league. On the other hand, speaking of pay, Trayvon Diggs, now one of the highest paid DBs, defensive backs in the league, 5-year extension, $97 million, 42 of it guaranteed, a $21 million signing bonus. So when he signs the paper, he gets a $21 million check. What a life. That contract could reach $104 million with incentives. So check out some key dates. We got the first practice today, Saturday, opening ceremony Sunday. This is what I'm looking forward to. Jerry Jones sitting down with Larry Ramirez, and you can watch it on instant replay. All right, from the Cowboys to the Houstons. Look at that. Houston Texans officially arriving to camp. This is Methodist Training Center right outside NRG. And this, I mean, look at the fit. Most fashionable had to be the left tackle, Laramie Tunsil, showing up wearing a Shawshank Redemption t-shirt. Great movie if you haven't seen it. Tunsil, one of the top offensive linemen in the league, and he's paid just like it. 3 years, $75 million contract extension with Houston. So, you know, he has more movie-themed shirts somewhere else at home. You can buy a lot of shirts with $75 million. Let's take a look at the Texans camp schedule. All right, we got practice today, Friday. First open practice to fans. Big fan of that. August 16th and 17th, joint practices with the Dolphins. That's in Houston, though. And then August 24th and 25th. Got to get ready for some more humidity. Joint practice with the Saints in New Orleans. All right, from the pros to college. Remember, college season kicks off first before the pros, and we get a chance to hear from UTSA head coach Jeff Traylor. After winning back-to-back Conference USA titles, the Roadrunners run into a new conference this year, the American Athletic Conference, the AAC. They're going to be joining the likes of SMU, North Texas, UAB, Tulane, and Memphis. A new conference, but Jeff Traylor, very familiar with a lot of the coaches.
And, you know, I'm a Texas high school football coach, and those guys are still my heroes. You know, they all came through my school many years recruiting my kids, and I've gotten close to a lot of them. And I probably know more college football coaches than anybody in the business, just because they were trying to get my kids, for 15 seasons. And now I'm competing against them. So our league's deep now. It's deep with a lot of great football teams and a lot of great football coaches. But we're excited to be in it.
I'm glad he talked about high school football because we are almost a month away from our second annual KSAT Pigskin Classic. This year, bigger, better, 2 days of high school football action instead of just one. You can see the teams taking part in the KSAT Pigskin Classic. All right, we are here for the big matchups. It begins Friday, August 25th. Antonian taking on Holy Cross, 7 p.m. Then, get ready. We got a triple header on Saturday, August 26th. Southside taking on Somerset, 11:30 in the morning. Jefferson, Uvalde, 3:30 p.m. O'Connor, Brandeis, 7:30 p.m. to wrap up the day. Get your tickets right now, KSAT.com, or if you're a KSAT insider, you can get VIP experience tickets, best seats in the house. Ursula Perry, you going to make an appearance?
I got the T-shirt already.
I got the T-shirts. They look pretty cool.
I know.
I thought last year's were pretty cool. These are better.
Do we sell those to the public?
That's a great question. Head to KSAT.com for all those answers. Look at that plug.
Ah, you saw that?
That was good.
That's good.
Oh, we like that fun.
He's going to get a raise.
I hope.
A dip in the pool. For many, it's a go-to summer activity to beat the heat. But do your kids know important pool safety tips? In our next half hour, the 5 things your children must know before heading to swim. And new today at 5, if you drive, you should know you got to check your blind spots often. Side and rear view mirrors as well as backup cameras are a big help, but what about the blind spots in front of you and the dangers that you can't see when you get behind the wheel? Today at 5 after Entertainment Tonight.
All right, what's cooking at SA Live?
Strawberry shortcake.
Come on, this isn't even fair, Mike. What do you got?
Look at all the cheesecake.
All I ask is for them to bring us samples. That's it.
That's all. Oh, he's got whoopie pies too.
Oh, now he's just rubbing it in. All right, we're going to check in with SA Live throughout the show.
That's a cheesecake whoopie pie? Ah, nice. We want to bring you an update on our top story today. Late breaking news, President Joe Biden's son, Hunter Biden, pleading not guilty to 2 tax crimes after the plea deal he had with federal prosecutors unraveled during the court hearing in Delaware. This following the judge's concern over the agreement.
Hunter Biden charged last month 2 misdemeanor tax crimes of failure to pay more than $100,000 in taxes from over $1.5 million in income in both years, 2017 and 2018. He made an agreement with prosecutors who were planning to recommend 2 years of probation.
Again, he pleaded not guilty today. There is no plea deal. It's on hold. More to come on that one for sure. The subject of a Russian prisoner swap with the U.S. hurt in the war in Ukraine fighting against Vladimir Putin's forces. ABC's M. Nguyen now with how Marine Corps veteran Trevor Reed's injury could complicate efforts to release other Americans detained in Russia in the future.
Trevor Reed, the former U.S. Marine released last year in a prisoner swap with Moscow for a Russian drug trafficker, returned overseas, this time to fight against Russian forces in Ukraine. But while risking his life on the battlefield, Reed was injured by a suspected landmine blast. A source says he's now alert and recovering, though the extent of his injuries is not immediately clear.
We know that he has gone over there and appears to have volunteered to try and fight against this regime that held him hostage for nearly 3 years.
Reed now receiving treatment at Landstuhl, an American military hospital in Germany. U.S. officials stressing he was in Ukraine as a private citizen.
Mr. Reed was not engaged in any activities on behalf of the U.S. government.
The U.S. says Reed was wrongfully detained in Russia in 2019 and was handed an unusually lengthy 9-year sentence on charges of assault. Reed's released last April, part of a prisoner swap negotiated between the Kremlin and the White House. Russian state TV showing the swap on a tarmac in Turkey. Reed walking past a Russian convicted of drug smuggling, later sitting down with ABC News.
I thought that was wrong, that they got me out and not Paul.
Former Marine Paul Whelan and Wall Street Journal reporter Evan Gershkovich, both considered wrongfully detained by Russia. Some questioning whether Reed's actions may complicate efforts to free them.
This case is completely separate. They're not the same, and they're treated entirely differently.
State Department officials say Reed's case underscores why they've repeatedly warned Americans not to travel to Russia or Ukraine, especially to fight. Reed's family has yet to comment. Em Nguyen, ABC News, Washington.
Actor Kevin Spacey not guilty of all charges after a 4-week trial in London. Spacey had tears in his eyes as the jury acquitted him on 7 counts of sexual assault, 2 counts of other serious sexual offenses. Now, during the trial, the prosecutor told jurors that Spacey was a sexual bully. The Oscar-winning actor, who turned 64 today, said he was humbled by the jury's decision to clear him on all charges. The allegations covered that period between 2004 and 2013, when he was an artistic director at the Old Vic Theatre in London.
Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas facing a potential impeachment for his handling of the border, now set to be grilled before the House Judiciary Committee today. The hearing is about oversight at his department, but Republicans are trying to make the case that, among other things, Mayorkas lied to Congress that the border was secure. In articles of impeachment that have been filed, Republicans have accused Mayorkas of undermining operational control of the southern border and encouraging illegal immigration. The Biden administration, though, has dismissed all those charges.
No relief from this deadly heat that we're going to see anytime soon. Over the next 7 days, more than 85% of all Americans, they're going to experience temperatures 90 degrees or higher. It will be particularly bad in places like Arizona, Florida, and yes, here in Texas, but the heat really impacting everyone. According to the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, last year was the hottest June ever on record, dating back to 1850. Now, dozens of people already dying this year from this extreme heat, also fueling wildfires, decreasing air quality for millions. Not to mention, ocean temperatures continue to rise. It's gotten so hot around Florida, experts reporting a mass event of coral bleaching.
Meantime, we're getting a little tiny, itty-bitty reprieve from the 104, 105 degree temperatures that we've been having really every day for about a month now, Justin.
Yeah, it is pretty much every day since really June into July. It's just been nonstop with the triple digits, maybe a couple days mixed in there where we haven't hit that mark. Folks in the desert Southwest have been baking too. I want to show you the temperature in Phoenix, 105. They're likely going to get above 110 today, and they've been above 110 every day this month. So there is a lot of heat to go around. Las Vegas is already at 102. A lot of places in the 90s up and down the plains. Even Omaha is at 88. St. Louis 91. So we're not the only ones here dealing with this big time heat. You go to the West Coast, that's where you'll finally find some cooler temperatures. Still 64 in Seattle, very comfortable there. 66 in Portland. But Texas is just baking with temperatures in the 90s. All across the Lone Star State. 91 in Houston, 95 Waco, 92 right now in Lubbock. And as we go outside for you here and look around our area, Seguin's at 91, but it feels like 96. 94 feels like 98 in Del Rio. We've still got some elevated humidity, so that's pushing those heat indices up. But I think as we head into the afternoon, you'll see these kind of level out a little bit as our humidity levels come down. No matter how you slice it, it is still going to be hot today. And the forecast calls for temperatures to be around 97 at 2 o'clock, 99 3 p.m. We'll top out at 100. And by 7 p.m., we're still at 98 with mostly sunny skies. Is there any break in this heat? And is there any sort of pattern change? We'll investigate that coming up in just a couple minutes. Guys.
Thank you, Justin. For most folks, cooling off means find a pool or a water spout or something. But it's not time to be complacent. It's important for young swimmers to be careful.
ABC's Lindsay Davis explains 5 skills your kids need to know to stay safe when they get in the water.
As summer temperatures soar, it's now during the summer months when we see an increase in fatalities and injuries due to drowning. 7-year-old Griffin Emerson was playing in the shallow end of his apartment pool in Michigan when he took off his floaties and drifted toward the deep end.
I just wanted to prove myself. I could actually swim and stuff.
In this surveillance video, you can see as Griffin starts to struggle. Nearly a minute goes by as he begins to sink to the bottom, and no one seems to notice until 2 young brothers at the pool see he's in trouble and jump in to help, pulling Griffin to the surface.
He's not breathing. Could somebody start CPR? His mom is doing CPR on him.
She gets Griffin breathing again, and the boys who leapt into action are hailed as heroes for their quick thinking.
Biggest misconception about drowning is that we're going to be able to hear it, that we're going to hear splashing, people are going to be able to call for help, and that's not the case. Drowning is actually silent.
According to the Red Cross, 85% of people claim they can swim, but a little more than half of them can actually perform all 5 of the basic skills that might help save their life in water.
Why are these particular skills so important?
So there are skills that if you accidentally fall in the water, you're able to know that your child or yourself is able to save yourself.
Red Cross swim instructor Kate Waxler takes my son through the 5 basic skills of water competency. The first is entering the water safely.
Aiden, we're going to do the first step, which is jumping in and then coming back up. You ready? Yeah. All right, 1, 2, 3, go!
Second, treading or floating for at least 60 seconds.
Good job, you're doing great.
Experts say that gives you time to get your bearings in an emergency. Third, turning a full circle to be able to find an exit.
You're just going to turn all the way around so you're facing me again. Perfect.
The fourth,
one of the hardest steps, we're going to swim 25 yards. So in this pool, it's up and back.
25 yards, an important distance to show stamina in case of emergency. And finally, the 5th skill, being able to exit the water safely. In a pool, that means without the assistance of a ladder or steps. Even with these skills, Waxler says it's important to always keep an eye on kids in and around water. Tragedy can happen in seconds.
Even when your kids have swim competency, you never want to swim alone. It's a club you never want to be in where something happened to your child and it's, I didn't know. The pool is an amazing, great place. We just need to make sure that we use it safely.
So true. Back to school, it's creeping up on us. And for parents trying to make ends meet, this can be very stressful. Trying to budget for the school supplies, trying to find the school supplies. Local leaders hoping to help out with a giveaway. We have details after the break.